Oh, shit. Hello, everybody. It's I, Hidden Flame. Welcome back for another episode of whatever the hell I'm playing. Final Fantasy 14. Hide that. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. Such as, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain as your humble guide. And what have you hidden? Will you continue to come along with us? Yeah, sure, why not? Wonderful. Wunderbar. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters are to be had. If you would follow me, I would be the first. I will first head back towards Agonaris, or whatever it's called. Let's go, Coda. Yar. Meow. Hi, Coda. Hi, Coda. What you doing, sweetie, huh? You okay? I don't mind Elpis and Ha, but what are we even doing here? That's what I want to know. From here, our path leads northward to Notanius. There we will find one of the teleporters which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have been previously granted. We only use the device together once, and henceforth you'll have leave to use it freely. Shall we? That's weird. So you use it once, then you have permission to use it forever. It's kind of strange. Whoa, what you doing there, Gargantua Snatch? Da-da. Oh, it's an etherite. Alright. Here we are. Not a Unis. Whatever. The teleporter will take us to the Western Isle. That's it right there, looming over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
That's a mouthful.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Pateron Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arrayus. How delightful.
It stole something. Oh.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst, concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. Here we are.
Oh, we got a dragoon. Oh. Hi, Heidelberg.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Heidelberg.
Benar, that we should meet you here.
Back when she was Vana.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmetts Self. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Wow, she's a smart one.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Does it protect you from the enthrallment of primals by chance?
Primals, you say? I'm not familiar with such beings, but if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
It's complicated.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
You and me
As a
have a
representative of
problem.
the convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Pateron Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Are you friend or foe? It's weird. My apologies, but before we move along, my colleague has asked, test me with a matter which I'd rather not be unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Orioles which made off with it. An Orioles, he said. I think we may have seen the culprit before being distracted with the business with the shark. You would like us to follow its ethereal trail. That would, of course, lead us to only to the Orioles. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed the crystal away as you seek. Please, if it's not much, it would be enormously helpful. While you're hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Poikin Okus. Let us meet upon there once we've exhausted our efforts. Okay, cool. Hi, Coda. Lay down. Whoa. Now, that's a big boy. Let's give him a wide berth. What are we doing out here, Coda? Really? I got the crystal, I guess. There you go. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Orioles no longer has the crystal, nor was I able to follow it in its wake. I do not suppose you fare much better? There you go. The crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Oh, you have no idea. I've often been asked to do so. Oh, you too? Seems some of us are destined to always be searching for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azim, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet, I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis. In fact, many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is that how strange and wonderful it is that the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'Tis time I return the stolen property. If you would go ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to this task. Follow the path straight ahead and to the building at the top of the slope. I have an entire place to myself, so I can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. What up, little man? Might as well grab the aetherite while I'm here. Is it time to explain everything? Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Ugh, this is gonna be a long story. I hear
Wonderful
answers.
aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Oh, this is gonna be a long tale. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. Shh.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Okay. It all started when I got off a boat in Limosa. And that's when I killed a god. La Habrea. I was called out. La Habrea, Emmetts Self. Zodiac. The World Destruction. I'm just going in full detail.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Heidelberg? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No. There must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True. I note also that Heidelberg did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Heidelberg is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmetts Self! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Still trying to make sense of it all. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
I see. Then for now, it might be best that we follow your lead and investigate he who will become Vandaniel. And if Dynamis is the selfsame energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, we would do well to learn more about it. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Thank you.
Have faith. If Emmetts Self is the man Azam described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Interesting. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back to the tried and true method of conversating with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Pateron. Coda, what are you doing? Okay, you can sit in my lap. It's fine. She apparently has a good idea where to start. Ah, starlight has begun, huh? I'm not going to do it. If I happen to be back in one of the major cities, I will. Oh, I'll at least look up the information on it. If it's anything good, I'll check it out. I see you the woman standing in the front of yonder building. Her name is Izame. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis. And from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insight. Go and ask your questions. I will help you with drawing out answers if need be. But I leave the choice of topic to you. Questions for me? I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Hey, Vanna. Greetings, Izame. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you would indulge her. Certainly, Miss Vanna. Gosh dang it. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is he? Well, I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved, as you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any specimens in incredible detail. And is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? Oh, there's plenty. How long has Mediton been here? I cannot say rightly. As the chief's personal creation, Medion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. One day she was simply there. And what do you make of her abilities? I could understand that she is a highly useful familiar, and able to read the emotions and commune directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had a real occasion to deal with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon? I've known Chief Hermes for many years. Though I cannot say we're clerks, he has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties. If that is what you mean. Forgive us. We seem to be on the verge of... We seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Metion? That would be Tiamos. He has similar expertise in flying concepts and is more eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. Concise? I don't know. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Hidden. I think we've taken enough of Izami's time. Does she not like when I ask if I trust him? Our segregation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Izami mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during the previous conversation, you seem more capable of drawing forth answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with Tiamalos. Ah. It's right over here. Whee! Whee! Yes, I am Tamalos, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. So, what do you wish to speak about? Is it true that you're an expert on flying creations? Fellow enthusiasts, are you? Well, settle in, and we can discuss the finer points of this fascinating craft. My deep and abiding love of the avian artistry can be traced back when I was but a young boy stricken with the transcendent beauty of a glorious golden-feathered creature my father had designed. It was then and there that I decided that I vowed to one day surpass that masterpiece. He launches into a rambling and unstoppable discourse. And thus I am secure did I secure an observer's role here on Elpis. And at last realized my childhood ambition. Here the dreams I once dreamed are now everyday reality, in which I had found fulfillment throughout the research of the creation of new flying feathered forms. An abridged recounting of events when I was and as doubtless as to your disappointment, is there any specific part you wish to expound upon? Huh? You were hoping for my opinion on Chief Hermes' creations? Why didn't you just say so? Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. And then, even then, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of new imagined concepts continues unabated, which settles the chief's creations apart. And what settles apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. The birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless skies in the moment, all without riding the currents. I know none of them save he who can conceive of such marvels, even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Mountain 2 is a marvel then? My opinion of the matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Metion as a concept, I've never divulged too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has the gift of communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are still a mystery to me. As if Chief Hermes should choose to submit Metion's concept to the Bureau of Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny. Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, I would be an entirely different story. It's okay, Coda. Do you know Dynamis and I can't even pronounce the word. Dynamis and Intel. Those terms sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here on Elpis, which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I had last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Nah. Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to? Wow, I got nothing out of him. Oh. Heaven, good timing. I finished my investigation just not long ago. So, have you found any new findings to share? Not really. I see. Even an expert in the field of had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in as much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Metion as a personal project, and could provide no details on those which you just told me. Which led me to believe that only one person with any insight, with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach this definitive conclusion. Okay, so we're going to do this next time. I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it gets better. This is kind of getting boring. But it's just how it is. That's what an RPG does. You have to talk and learn lore and all that stuff. So we'll just leave it here. So thank you guys for watching. And I will see you later.